Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Tuesday, April 20th, 2010. Hope y'all are doing great, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into the update. First of all, if this is your first time watching these videos, then I encourage you to click on the link right above it that says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. Click that link. It's going to give you the rules to the system. I encourage you to read over that, really get it in your head, and get a good foundation and understanding of the system. Because these videos don't really go into the details and specifics as far as the rules go for the Cowabunga system, but rather it talks more about the application of it. So if you have a good foundation and knowledge of the system, these videos will be of a lot more value to you. So definitely go ahead and do that, because otherwise you might get lost and it might really not do anything for you. So, but if you're a regular here, just want to welcome you back. Hopefully the videos are helping you out, and it seems to be working, because I continue to get good feedback, and I appreciate all of that, good or bad, but at least I know that there is some good that's coming out of it, so therefore I'm glad that it's able to help. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my normal thing, and I have my 4-hour and my 15-minute chart open for the cable. And first thing I want to do is take a look at my trend. So I'm going to open up my 4-hour chart, and I'll move it back to before midnight so we can all see what it looks like. All right, so this is what my chart looks like as I'm about to start my day. The most recent trend change candle was for a downtrend, and since then I have not had any new trend change candles. Therefore, at the start of my day, my trend is down, and I am only looking for short trades. Now, if I move through today's action, you can see that here, this is the 4 a.m. candle. There is a crossover to the upside. RSI is above 50, and stochastics are trending up. This is a valid trend change candle. So when this candle closes, which it closes at 8 a.m. Eastern time, a new trend has formed. That means the trend has changed from down and it is now up. So at the close of this candle at 8 a.m. Eastern time, I have to shift my thinking, because now instead of looking for short trades, from this point on, I am now only looking for long trades. And through the rest of the day, the trend remained up. Therefore, I continue to look for long trades. So to recap, from midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern time, I was looking for short trades. After 8 a.m., I was only looking for long trades. Okay. Again, if that's confusing, please rewind that segment, or go ahead and post a question in the blog, and I'll try to clear it up for you. But that's pretty much how we determine the trend. So now I got my 15-minute chart, and this is where we actually make the entries, and I've moved it back to before midnight. So this is what it looks like before I start my trading day. But before I start trading, I want to look at my news events for the day, because part of the rules is that we don't enter the market when there is a news event coming out. So you can go to babypips.com, click on the tools tab. It's going to automatically bring up the news events for the day. Just double check it though to make sure it's the correct day. Today is the 20th. The time zone, make sure this drop down bar is set to your correct time zone. That way you have the correct time, because that's very important, because we want to know when those news events are so that we can avoid being in the markets. All right, so now we're only looking for news that affects the sterling or the dollar, because that's a currency pair we're trading. So under this currency column, I'm looking for GBP or USD to see when those news events are coming out. So if I go down this column, I'll see at 4:30 I have a whole bunch of reports for the UK. So I'm going to go ahead and jot that time zone or time area out, which is 4:30. And if I move down, you can see that I don't have U.S. reports until 11. And this is Bernanke gave their testify at House hearing on Lehman Brothers. This really isn't that important. I know Bernanke is speaking, but it's not one of those really important speeches. Again, he could say something totally off the wall, and that would affect it. But otherwise, it's not that important. So I'm not going to pay really any attention to it. So really, the only news event that I'm watching out for is at 4:30, and it's really for all of these news reports for the UK. So 4:30, I'm writing that down in a notepad. You can do the same thing, or you can set some kind of alarm alert to let you know when that is coming out, because you don't want to be in the market during that time. Okay, so now that I have my news events handy, and at the start of my day, I know I'm only looking for short trades, I can begin my day. So I'm going to move the chart forward one candle at a time and give you my thought process along the way. And the goal is to get you to start thinking the way that I think when it comes to trading the system. Once you can do that, then you know that you're trading the system correctly. And then it's just a matter of relying on the system. And so far to this point, the system has proven to be profitable over the long term. So if you're trading it correctly, then you should rest in that fact that over the long term, if you stay disciplined, you will be profitable. All right, so now I'll move forward, and again, I'm looking for a crossover to the downside because I am looking for short trades at this point. And here I get one. This is at 1 a.m. Eastern time. RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down. MACD was positive on the previous candle and has went to negative on this candle, so it is a valid entry. I don't have any news events until 4:30, and it's only 1:15 when this candle closes, so that's plenty of time for this trade to take place. So I'm going to go ahead and enter here, and I'll enter at the close of the candle, or as close to it as possible. In this case, it's at 53.12. Your stop will be at the most recent swing high. Now, the nearest 0.50 level is right here at 5,300. Now, that's only about 12 pips of potential profit, not even including the spread. So really, that's not much potential profit. So in this kind of scenario, I want to go for the same amount of pips I'm risking on the trade. So to do that, I'm just going to take my stop, which is 53.34, subtract it from my entry, which is 53.12, and you get a difference of 22 pips. Now, I just subtract 22 from 53.12, and I get a target at 52.90. Now that gives us a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and now this trade looks a little better. And so now I can just move forward and watch it, basically monitor and see what's going on. And so we continue to move forward, and you can see that our target does get hit at 145. Now it closes right at 52.90, and so you can watch it here, or you can go ahead and exit. It's really not a clean break, so I'm just going to go ahead and exit because it does close right at my target. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit at 52.90 and mark that as a win. Again, you could watch it and see what happens, but since it closed right at my target, I'm just going to go ahead and exit. And you can see that the momentum did die down, so you'd probably want to exit as close to the target as you could. And so now we're moving forward. You can see that the market is taking a 180 here and moving up. This is 3:45, 4 a.m., so news is about to come out. And here's the 4:30 candle, the news candle. So you can see that we're starting to see a bullish run here. But again, my trend is still down, so I'm still looking for short trades. And as I keep moving, 7:30 here, 7:45. Now, at the close of this candle, if I look at my 4-hour chart, I'll see that a new trend change candle has formed. And so from 8 o'clock, from this point on, I am only looking for long trades. So I have to shift my thinking here. So I move forward, and here is a crossover to the downside. But again, I'm only looking for long trades at this point. So I would just disregard that. And again, you can see the market kind of gets quiet here, and it does begin to move down a little bit. And you can see it's probably just retracing from that bullish run earlier. And so you can see that the market is just kind of getting really quiet here, and it's 11:30, and there's noon right here. So there is possible, what looks like to be an entry, but again, this is right at noon, so I wouldn't really enter it because it's at the end of our trading session and volume tends to die down. So I'm not going to enter this as this is going on because it is at the end of my trading session. So that's pretty much it. I got one win today. It's not a huge gain, but again, it's a small win, and those small wins will add up. But again, if you have any questions about anything, don't be shy to ask them, and hopefully I can answer it as best as I can. So that's it for today's update. Have a great day, and I will see you all on the next one. Cowabunga.